Hey friends! Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Kelsey Fox. It's spooky season. I love Halloween, so the next couple of months it's going to be Halloween themed. I'm going to wear costumes and everything, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And today I'm going to talk about building habits. Just like it's kind of autumn themed because, it's changing, maybe. In order to prepare yourself to even start building a habit, you've got to, deal with your mind. And then you've got to pick which habit you're going to start, and you got to focus on it and stick to it, and that will build your confidence, and then voila, you've built a habit. But before I get into those details, I have a huge announcement. I got 100 subs! Woo! Yeah! Thank you all so much. I appreciate it, and I feel so loved and appreciated back, so thank you. So my next goal is 1,000 subs, so that'll probably be, maybe another year or so. We'll see. But yeah, so if you want to build a routine, but you're having trouble, this video is for you. And this video was actually requested by one of my friends. My friend Rachel. She saw my last video, Resistance to Routines, and reached out to me and said the video spoke to her a lot, which just made my life. That's one of the main reasons I have this channel, is I want to help people. So it was just like, yay, I'm helping someone. So thank you, Rachel. And I hope this video helps you too. So yes. So mindset. So it helps to really nail down why you want to build a routine and start habits. So we're going small, so this is just kind of going to be like a broad reasoning. Why do you want to change your life? And it helps to write it down. A lot of us who are resistant to routines could be due to, past trauma, past abuse, or, just never ever actually having a routine. We might have some ADHD or something else that's mentally preventing us. Whatever the reason is, hopefully all these tips work for you. So you gotta change your mind, so you gotta prepare yourself. You gotta be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. And also it helps to cut toxic people out of your life. What are they called? Energy vampires. You gotta watch out for them, because they're gonna prevent you from changing yourself, and they're not gonna like it. They're not gonna want you to get better. And so you've gotta identify those people in your life and just cut them off. And it's hard, but trust me when I say your life will get so much better. I cut the biggest energy vampire out of my life, and look at me now. I have a YouTube channel, and I'm growing. I'm achieving my goals. I'm on a roll, Take it from me. Definitely cut toxic people out of your life. Also, when you're talking about mindset, you want to think about the way you think about it. What words do you use in your head? You don't want to, get down on yourself. You don't want to be like, I need a routine because I suck. You want to just be like, I'm amazing and I can do this. And I know it's so simple, but it really helps. It really helps to just, think positively. Not to say you shouldn't be negative, because, that's a part of life. Feel your feelings. If you're sad, upset, angry, whatever, feel them. But when you're, but when you want to change, it helps to think positively. It's like in the 1970s version of The Hobbit. It was a cartoon, and Gandalf goes to Bilbo. It's raining, and it's the start of the journey, and Bilbo's just wants to go home already, And so Gandalf just goes to him, always remember, Bilbo, when your heart needs lifting, think of pleasant things. I can do this, I'm going to do this, and visualize. That's what they always say, visualize yourself. If you have a basketball and you're about to, make a shot, throw it through the hoop, the coaches always say visualize the ball going in. It's the same kind of idea. Visualize yourself completing this habit every day for the next month. Which, of course brings me to my next point. Only focus on one habit a month. Now, I tried to do a few habits a month, and sometimes it worked out. Like, if they were pretty easy to pick up, I would do 2 or 3 habits a month and be fine, but sometimes it would throw me back, like I would try to do 3 habits in a month, and it would take me 4 months just to get one down because I was stretched too thin, focusing too much on too many things. So if you focus on just one habit a month, it helps because first of all, mental energy, you only have so much mental energy, especially for those of us who are resistant to routines. There's a reason for that, and so just forcing yourself to do one thing a day is a lot easier than forcing yourself to do multiple things every day. Once you've decided you're only going to do one habit, you got to figure out which habit to pick. So I recommend, if you're not doing it already, brush your teeth as soon as you wake up. And this is a great habit because once you start brushing your teeth every morning when you wake up, well, first of all, it's a lot easier to force yourself to do something early in the morning versus late at night. By the end of the day, you're already exhausted and you just don't have the spoons for it, But first thing in the morning, you're like, okay, I got this. I'm going to brush my teeth, and that's all you got to worry about. And then once you brush your teeth, you can do it, Oh, rewind. Another reason you choose to only have one habit a month is you're naturally resistant to change, as a person. Even just on a biological level, your body doesn't like to change. It likes to stay the same weight. It likes to stay the same temperature, homeostasis. So, when you're trying to change yourself, your mind and body's going to be resistant to it just naturally. So if you only do one thing a month, it's a lot easier to change because it's slow, and then that one thing becomes the new habit, becomes the new normal. I wanted to add that you can kind of think of it like you're in a race, but you're the tortoise and the hare. You go slow and steady, but you can also stop and take a nap. So when you're trying to decide which habit to pick, I recommend brushing your teeth every morning. Once you've started brushing your teeth every morning, after about a week or so, it's not even going to be difficult to force yourself to do it. Because you're just going to, your mouth's going to feel all dirty, you're going to get used to having that clean mouth every morning. And so, after a while, it won't even be a choice. You'll just be like, oh, I gotta brush my teeth, If you're already brushing your teeth every morning, kudos, maybe focus on eating right away. And with this one, don't worry so much about eating healthy, because the goal here is just to get yourself to eat something. So pick something that's easy to prepare, either make it the night before, or, I eat a bagel every day, so all I have to do is pop it in the toaster, spread some cream cheese on it, I'm good to go. Or oatmeal, just pour some water in it, throw it in the microwave, good to go. Because you want something that's really easy and simple so that you'll do it every day, especially in the morning, because if you're anything like me, you're all groggy and once you start eating every day, you're going to start getting hungry and you're going to want to eat every day. And then you don't even have to think about what it is. You just throw that bagel in the toaster, If you have stomach problems, maybe you just make yourself some rice for the week and then eat some rice every morning because rice is super easy to digest. And then after a while, once you're doing this one thing every single day, every morning, you're going to feel better about yourself because you're doing it. You're going to confidence is naturally going to grow from that. It's pretty awesome. And then next month, when you add a second habit, it's going to be easier because you can do it. Because you've done it. Because you've only focused on one thing. And because you only focused on one thing, you did it. And even if you don't, it's also important to be gentle with yourself. You know, depending on what your specific limitations are, you know, it's going to be easier or harder for different people. And so if it's really hard for you to like brush your teeth every morning, it's okay. It's okay, you know. Beating yourself up over it is not going to help anything, you know. You just got to be gentle with yourself, and you got to be understanding of yourself, you know. You know, and it could also be that, you know, some of us, you know, have a lot of negative voices in our head because of the people we grew up around. And so you got to challenge those negative thoughts, you know, like, I can't do this. Be like, who taught me that? You know, that's not me. That's somebody else who's trying to sabotage me, you know, and you identify those thoughts and you say, no, get out of here, you know? So I hope this helped, and I hope you success.
I hope you success. I'm so silly. I wish you success. I hope you are successful.
So, I've already mentioned my goals for 1,000 subscribers, but obviously that's going to take a while. So, the main thing I'm focusing on this month. Oh yeah, so that brings me to my schedule change. So, I've been trying to like establish a pattern. You know, I had a talking video, piano, flute, guitar, singing, talking video, piano, flute, guitar, singing. But that schedule, it's getting a little too widespread, I think. So I'm going to do the first Wednesday of every month, I'm going to do a talking video, like a check-in, a monthly check-in, you know, like, how are you doing? How's your habit going? You know, it's time to start a new habit, or if you haven't quite got that habit drilled in yet, no shame in taking another month. You know, sometimes it can take up to 2 months to build a habit.
Or longer.
And that's fine. You know, it's a slow-going thing. My goal for this month is to clean and work out more, like exercise more. So I already started last week. I like, before I got off work and before I showered, I cleaned something. And so I want to keep doing that, but I also want to add in some exercising. I used to be like super fit, so like I have, you know, I'm going to do an arm and leg day. But mostly I think I'm going to be gentle with myself too and just start slow and just do like 1 day of cardio a week. You know, probably Thursday when I get off work, I'll just do some cardio and call it good. And then I'll add the arm and leg days later on.
Another goal is to not say you know so much in my next talking video, you know? I'm gonna work on that, you know?
Oh, that's what I was going to say. So, not only am I going to do a talking video the first Wednesday of every month, the following 3 weeks are going to be music videos. And lately I've just been doing like one instrument per video. But now that I have like fancy recording equipment and an editor, I could actually, I'm going to play around with it. And by the end of October, I plan on being able to have like a whole music video for you, where I'll be, you know, doing the flute and singing and playing the guitar, maybe some piano too, you know, like layer it all together. So you can look forward to that. And my skills growing not only as an artist, musician, but growing as a filmmaker. So yeah, awesome. What are your goals? What habit are you going to start this month? I'm so excited for you all. I hope this helps you. And I can't wait to hear from you. Please leave me a comment. Tell me how you're doing. Tell me your goals. Tell me your struggles. You know, talk to me. I'm here for you. I love you all so much. I'll see you next week.